In one of your videos, you told a story about writing this thank you note.
Yeah.
And it was just something that just popped up and you acted on it without thinking too much. And I want you to talk about it because it clearly demonstrates what that burning desire feels like and how one small decision and taking that one motivated action can basically change your life.
I think it was winter of 2007, so I was in college at the time. It was around the time when the Harry Potter books were coming out, and I was really into all of that. And I was checking this fan website every day, and I saw this notice for an internship with a company, not anything official, but a company that led these tours called magical tours. So I had applied and then was eliminated after the first round. So I had written this thank you note, I don't know, saying all the things like, thank you so much for the opportunity. And I love that you are endeavoring to make magic feel like something that's very real for people in their lives. And he wrote an email the next day that was like, hey, you were just after our cutoff. And actually some people didn't respond. So do you want to be a finalist? But then he called me right before the tours were to start in 2008 and said, hey, I was going to do the contest again, but I'd already decided that I wanted you to be the intern for next summer, and that just doesn't seem fair. So will you just be the intern for next summer? And it was on this internship that the idea for the story that turned into my book was born. I knew before I knew why that place and that moment was a life turning point. Now I know why.
Well, so you had that inner knowing. And just think about what would have happened if you would have behaved like most people. And this is no judgment on my end because I have behaved like this many times back in the day. But what if when you got eliminated, you got pissed off and got this bad attitude and see that divine wisdom would not have come to you if you would have had that attitude. But because you had that inner knowing and you acted on it and you just did something, like sending that thank you note, look what happened.
Yeah, it was really interesting too, because you hear a lot of people when you do stuff like that, when you're applying for something or when you're trying for something, you hear a lot of people say like, oh, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. So people say that, and then it didn't happen. And then I wrote the thank you note, and then it did happen. And then you have people saying like, oh, it was meant to be. And it's like, well, maybe, but also I don't think any of this is a passive thing. Like, even if something feels like has that grip on our heart or has that grip on, I don't know, your inner knowing, you can't be passive in it.
No.